Okay. Give me what?
Wiping my nose.
Oh, no worries.
So apologies for that.
Just say it in the beginning and then. How come this is not showing? I don't have any sound control on the video on Chrome.
It's funny how we click into this and it is live and we are already talking about our technical issues. Not that we have technical
Live
issues.
control room, live event. There's no sound button. It's not showing. Oh, here we go.
It says that we're live.
It's up. Okay, there we go. So the live button shut up.
Well, that's right. Now that the show started, yeah, that's a good time to start.
We've hit the gong, but I think it's a very momentous day. Ready?
Kick it. That's funny. That started to make a noise before you hit it. That's pretty impressive.
I saw these online. They're like 80,000 yen each.
That's cheaper, half the price.
Yeah, they're good. Oh, what's happening here? Okay, cool. How you doing? Good to see you. It's been a while since we've done one of these shows. We've both been.
It has. We've had a lot going on. You've had a baby. I've had the Rugby World Cup on weekends.
You're not actually a big rugby fan, though, are you? Or are you?
I actually am, but I haven't really been good at keeping up in recent years. But, the World Cup's kind of big. So, that's once every 4 years. So I definitely follow that.
Well, a couple of things. First of all, we're going to keep it short for a couple of reasons. Because it's a Wednesday night and Hiko's sick.
Yes.
And I'm kind of busy. And also because we're afraid.
Yes, we are in hiding.
This video and
I'm broadcasting from a secret location.
Yes, me too. I've moved my whole studio to a different location.
Yeah, it wasn't easy getting all of the setup actually.
Putting everything in the exact location where it was before was really tough for me. But
I quite like that England says that I look like an English pop artist. Yeah.
I hired a lot of third world Asians to do the work for me there. So
yeah, always outsourcing.
But actually, I'm not up to date exactly on what happened.
Yeah.
Let's take care of the minor news first.
Let
me just pour one for my homies.
Yes.
For my homie, I'll just pour it into my mouth.
One for you first, and then one for your homies. Yeah.
Right. Oh, okay. Well, a shot for the Yamaguchi leader. Did you actually get to read the article?
Only fleetingly. So a Yamaguchi-gumi leader was gunned down in Osaka. And at the moment, the police are investigating both the possibility this was from rival factions within the Yamaguchi-gumi, which recently went through a high-profile split, or that they could have been from the Yamaguchi-gumi's greatest rival, the Sumiyoshi-kai.
There's one more. I read an article that had one more option, and you won't be able to. Well, I think you can guess what it was.
Yeah, aliens.
Suicide.
No.
Suicide. Suicide. Yes, amazing. I was so shocked that they actually said it could have been suicide.
It'd be a very, very inconvenient timing, given that they're in the middle of a mob war, for someone to gun himself down in the street.
Oh, say.
Sorry.
You said it was in the what? What was that?
For a mob leader to commit suicide by gunning himself down in the middle of the street during a mob war would be pretty anti. I mean, you talk about them being antisocial forces. That is about as extreme antisocial as you can get. Really.
Maybe he wanted to frame the other clan, and he was willing to,
But the point is, at the moment, so many Yakuza are fighting with each other at the moment that there isn't even clear, who he would be trying to frame. Because there's too many choices. That would be pretty cool, actually. It'd be pretty as a final crime.
They said he was shot down inside of an office.
Okay. Inside the was that inside of the Yakuza headquarters there, or?
I guess, yeah. But so it must have been somebody, that he knew enough to let in, because he got into the office, right? I thought those guys had bodyguards. I mean, I've seen Yakuza. Okay, well, let's clear up a few things, Hiko.
Yeah.
General rabble.
Yeah.
Who are our viewers? We love you, but you're rabble.
Yeah.
How many times have you actually seen real Yakuza for sure? That you're completely positive that they were Yakuza? Not maybe, but probably. But
well, the neighborhoods that I live in and hang out in are not neighborhoods with Yakuza, unlike the neighborhood you live in. So
you don't slum it, huh?
Yeah. I try to live with the upper crust of society.
Well, actually, the Yaks own like the whole ward where I live now.
Oh, really?
but I didn't always live here. But yeah,
It's
they
like-
pretty much own the whole ward. I live in Nakamura Ward, which is
Yeah.
apparently.
Yeah. It's like Monopoly, isn't it? You know, they keep rolling the dice until they manage to push out the final holdout residents.
Well, you know, in New York City, the Hells Angels live on, I think, on 4th Street and Lower East Side. And it was a beautiful street. No garbage, no crime. I mean, people did not screw around here. I would think that the Yakuza neighborhood's similar. Just like the Mafia in New York City. Beautiful streets. The Mafia neighborhood was clean. And
well, that's right. You know, you don't want to, the last place you want to throw a can in the wrong direction would be in a neighborhood like that. And that's true that Kabukicho, for example, in Tokyo, probably the most famous organized crime neighborhood in Japan, you know, Eastern Shinjuku.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, that said, there are neighborhoods, of course, in Kobe where the Yamaguchi Gumi headquarters are. And certainly in Osaka and Kyushu, there are famous areas. But certainly within Tokyo, Kabukicho is the big famous neighborhood. And, you know, you go through Kabukicho and sometimes you see distinguished looking men in suits surrounded by large-ish men wearing gold chains, wearing tracksuits, and kind of walking in a formation. That implies they've got full bodyguards and that they are somebody.
Yes.
And it looks like a Japanese version of Goodfellas. You know, you see, and they present the appearance. They want people to know that they are that and who they are as they walk around, because that influences, I guess, the way that they do business when they go around asking for donations to their favorite charity.
Right.
So yeah, I guess
a humanitarian group, as they've claimed to be.
Well, you know, I mean, they're very famous after the Kobe quake. You know, Yamaguchi Gumi, which is based in Kobe, a lot of people pointed out that it took the government a week before it got itself organized enough to start providing relief to the city, which was cut off. The roads going in and out of the city were cut off. And for a week, the only relief organization active within Kobe that was giving hot meals and shelter to people was the Yamaguchi Gumi.
Wow.
Which embarrassed the government. They outperformed the government. Also, you know, they're capable of charity. The famous annual Halloween birthday party, their Halloween party held at the Yamaguchi Gumi headquarters, where they invite all the neighborhood kids to come. This year it was cancelled because probably
first time in over 20 years.
Over 20 years, because, you know, they happen to be in the middle of a gang war, which I guess one probably occupies the time of the hosts and possibly puts the children in mortal danger, so they cancelled it.
I wonder about that. I have the let's cut to something that's annoying me on Facebook. That's about everything, right? On Facebook a few weeks ago, someone made a statement. I won't say who he is because but anyway, he said that it bothers him that only the Yakuza and the government have guns. And I pointed out that, you know.
Oh, we discussed this today. Yeah, right.
Oh, did we? Okay.
Well, maybe we did. I don't know the point you're coming to.
Actually, Mully Warmaster made a sarcastic comment saying, "We've got to give everyone in Japan guns so we can protect ourselves from the Yakuza." And of course, most people got it, but a few people took him seriously.
Yeah.
But the point being, when this kind of thing happens, I don't think you don't get people. Okay, in America, when there's a gang war, there's drive-by shootings and people get caught in the crossfires and there's collateral damage. But in Japan, is there much collateral damage?
That's a good question. You don't really hear about it. I mean, again, guns are pretty rare, and, you know, I'm pretty sure the bullets are pretty rare. They make sure they're put to good use. I guess mistakes occasionally do happen, but
it must be expensive, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, actually, so as we were saying today, there is. We have to say the NRA, you know, they have certain strong types of logic that, you know, are why they survive. And there is the valid question, which I'm sure somebody is going to say, so I'm going to say it first. You know, that Yakuza gang boss shooting probably could have been prevented if everybody in Osaka had a gun and could have shot the assassin, you know, like 1,000 times first.
Right.
And unfortunately, because it's a gun-free society, you know, they were just able to, you know, they were able to make the mark.
We could have saved that mafia boss, that crime boss.
So, yeah, I'm just thinking, when you talk about collateral damage, well, one, I mean, if you can, to some extent, say that everybody, given that their main sources of business are selling drugs, extortion, you know, protection rackets, stuff like that, and the vice, you know, you could say to some extent, you know, everybody that deals with them are victims. But that said, there is this kind of thing which is the same in the US, right? If you choose to go and do business or to get a loan from a Yakuza loan shark, you know, you're kind of you become responsible at the point that you engage them. All of that said, they do suck people in. I think the big one at the moment is the big Kotokumi in Kyushu. they've kind of been at war with the police there for a long time now. And, things like grenade attacks, shootings and stuff where they've gone after current and ex-police officers.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, that's kind of, this is why some people say that Kyushu is a little bit like Japan's Sicily, because things have been a bit wild down there. And again, I guess everyone assumes that they've targeted each person, and each person's been targeted for a reason, but that doesn't mean that they're not innocent people. There's been a lot of incidents down there. It seems to have quietened down lately, and I don't know what the status of that is. But I would say, yeah, it's pretty rare anyway. It's pretty rare to hear that. I think that they understand as well. If they cross, there are certain, ideas that they're only supposed to extort people who have come to them, or,
right.
If they go outside of those, then the police will come up to their headquarters and, and arrest the boss. And they know that, and the police have been known to do that. So,
they're not actually victimizing people, but they're only accepting victims.
Well, there is this kind of thing in Japanese society, which is weird, which is that the police tolerate the existence of them, and knowing what they do, and knowing the antisocial effect that it has, so long as they follow the sort of unwritten, the unwritten rules, that they stick to doing the things that they do, and they don't go out to innocent bystanders. But of course that happens, and the fact that you're still tolerating vice, stuff which is technically illegal, but they let them get away with the gambling, the mahjong, the brothels and stuff like that. Well,
do you think how much of the Yakuza? Well, one of the biggest scams in Japan, and I would say probably something that makes a lot of money in fact, it does make a lot of money. I forgot the numbers, but is the ore sagi type of scams. And apparently they're already building up a new scam to use the mine number, which will be issued in January, I think. Is it January?
Yeah.
They're going to issue something called a mine number, which is like a social security card, like a number that you can use to get your health insurance to use when you go shopping. You submit the number, and then you're tracked on a computer and everything. Yeah. But they already use the yaks. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say yaks. Certain people, I don't know who actually. I don't know if they're associated with the yaks.
Yeah,
are already developing scams to get your information, to get your number and get your password and all that. I guess just your number is all they need. But how much of the yaks are involved with ore sagi and things like that?
That's a good question, because the thing is that when they capture those groups that do that, it's always young guys. There's always like 5 or 6 of them. They run them up.
It's like organized young people.
So organized young people. It's like a paradox, isn't it?
Right. Activists. Liberating your money, their money, our money.
I don't know that you can say necessarily just because they're criminals and they're a group that the Yakuza, or that Yakuza would be that stupid to put their organization at risk by engaging in low-level scams.
Right.
They're probably
low level. See, the thing, it makes a lot of money if they actually funded those and then took a cut off the top. It's quite a bit, right? They can make quite a bit of money.
Yeah, well, I don't know. So this is the whole thing. I mean, it's kind of there are these layers, right? I mean, they're like a big pyramid scheme. You have the top layers of the official Yakuza. You have the wannabe Yakuza who are in affiliated organizations, and it goes all the way down.
Chimpira?
In Chimpira are like the low-level guys who are not like full-on made men type, full-on Yakuza, but they're in organizations that pay money up the pyramid, right? To the top guys, and the top guys allow them to run their scams within certain territories and stuff like that. So it's kind of hard to say how much Yakuza the guys who do that stuff are. And remember, at the very top level, they're taking up so much money from all the businesses that they control and all the land that they control, like where you are and stuff like that, and they have to wash that money, right? They have to launder it to be able to use it. So at the very top end, they're actually engaged in a lot of kind of legitimate businesses that they own shares in, or that they do investments, or that they try to get a hold in certain companies just so that they can, like Breaking Bad, they want to wash their money through companies so that they can get it out clean and use it. And to do that, you have to own legitimate businesses that you can put the money through. And they do that with pachinko. They do that with a lot of like just investment companies. They actually, and the thing is, you don't want to have a major shareholder in an investment company who happens to be a mobster, because he'll use the company as a front for that, which is why
it's like Goodfellas, where they bought into their restaurant and then cleaned it out.
Oh, that's exactly the sort of thing, and that's why there's a lot of regulations against businesses even having like ties to those to Yakuza, because that's what they'll do to your business.
Right.
But at the very top level, they try to protect themselves by only appearing to be engaged in legitimate businesses. But all the money that comes up that that they're trying to process comes from lower down the tree, when it's kind of harder to link it to the top organizations. So it's fascinating. By the way, somebody Ben Duncan asked a very good question that I want to ask Jake Adelstein, the Japan's.
I'm glad you said his name, because we should be definitely shouting out that whole, what's it called? Subculture Japan. What's it called?
What is it? Japan Subculture Blog Research Center or something like that.
In this kind of stuff. Search Japan Subculture and Jake Adelstein.
Yeah, he's probably one of the most visible, the most prominent foreign Yakuza expert in Japan.
And he's making his debut on television tonight. So we were going to have him on the show, but he was busy being on a
really
selling out.
I don't know. Oh, okay.
He's on TV. That's why he's not on the show.
So Ben Duncan actually asked a question, which I think I wish we had him here that we could ask. It's a good technical question about the Yakuza. Ben Duncan, one of the commenters. Mm-hmm. He was asking, is it okay to call them gummy bears? That's a legit question. That's
good.
Yeah. I wish we'd asked him that when we had him on.
I don't think American Mafia ever even say the word mafia, apparently. Yeah, there was I saw some interview where they never say like
yeah.
All this stuff like Cosa Nostra and Lama, they never use those words. It's just they just know they belong there. But other like outsiders, it's like people who don't live in San Francisco say Frisco.
Yeah.
So what do they? I don't know.
So what do they call themselves then? Walmart?
We're just a group. Well, maybe they call them. I don't know what they call. They refer to them.
I love the Simpsons episode where Homer goes to get hire thugs to go and intimidate the competing lemonade stand, competing against his wife's business, mm-hmm. and the mobster comes in and so what is it that brought you to consult with how shall I call it, organized crime syndicate? But kind of raised that issue about how they address themselves,
right?
But of course, we should actually come back to another point we didn't say at the beginning, which is that Japan's, I don't know how many there are actually, but probably the largest one in Japan, the Yamaguchi-gumi, which is famous, and they're very big in Tokyo as well, has recently gone through a high-level split. The organization has split. And, they have this, again, like the mafia cliches. The cliches are pretty much the same with the Yakuza, that you don't kind of voluntarily leave.
There's been a power struggle.
Yeah, so everyone's been sitting back and waiting. Well, when are they going to start shooting each other? And it's kind of been funny because until now, it hasn't seemed to have happened. And there have been people talking about it's happened for economic reasons, or, managing the whole organization's been tough and the police are squeezing the business. And all seems to have been quiet until yesterday, when this, which seems to be the first big shot, when a major kind of area boss was shot, apparently in his office, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And I had the very bad luck of finishing a video with Tomoko and Kibi about the fact that the Yakuza have canceled Halloween. Yeah. And we were eating Halloween donuts. And then as soon as I finished it and edited it, the SOB goes and gets himself shot. So I couldn't even talk about it.
That's not even considerate. See, this is the thing. These are the type of people that you're dealing with. That they don't even accommodate your donut videos.
Mm-hmm. But a couple things about the whole gun issue, just to clear. First, let's clear a couple things off the table. Boryokudan is their official name. Nobody calls them Yakuza in Japan. They call them Boryokudan.
Well, yeah, it comes out. Yakuza is basically a derisory term. So if you're referring to them in a very negative way, you'll use that term. But yes, the official government term, because they are all listed
all over the subway, are Boryokudan.
Not even Boryokudan. I mean, Boryokudan literally means violence organization.
Exactly. It's kind of worse. I would think Yakuza.
But yes.
Right.
Sorry, keep going.
But what was I going to say? Huh? I made a video. Now it's out of date within a minute. God damn it. Okay. I was pissed off about that.
You should have done. You needed to post that video on RedTube so that everyone would have seen it.
RedTube. Right, yes. So actually, I honestly made that mistake. I was just I got to type this out real quick. I
know why you're wearing sunglasses.
I said RedTube. So anyway, about yaks and guns in Japan, a couple of people have written opposing things, like if everyone had guns, we wouldn't have these problems. There's actually a guy who thinks that, and another guy who thinks we've got to do something about all the guns in Japan. But I hate to say this because it kind of relates to the Black Lives Matter issue in the States, which has been completely.
Well, you're just trying to nail everything. Okay, yeah.
Well, do you know about the Black Lives Matter?
I know about the Black Lives Matter.
So they're basically turning. It looks like they're just a bunch of thugs right now. They just infiltrate any kind of public forum and just take over the mics and then push everyone around like I don't know what to call them, something. But anyway, yeah. So in the States, one of the arguments about gun control has been, hey, it's only gang members who get killed. So these numbers that you guys are throwing around are inaccurate. You know, they don't reflect they don't really affect normal people. But the fact is that gang members, blacks and Hispanics mostly, right, are human beings too. And just because they're being killed, you know, well, that's where I think that's where Black Lives Matters comes from, right? The fact that people disregard those numbers as irrelevant because they belong to blacks and Hispanics.
But I think Black Lives Matters comes from the whole issue that police treat white people and black people totally differently, and that they're more prone to shooting a black suspect than they are to shooting even a provocative white, you know, a really annoying white suspect.
You're the kind of people you want to shoot, and everyone would clap. You know, they don't shoot those people.
Yeah, but the black people have done nothing, and there's no cause. They're more prone to get shot. Right. So that's what that is about. And I'm not sure that saying that they look like thugs is exactly the right way to enter that discussion. But,
who looks like thugs? Who did I say looks like thugs?
The Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter.
They act like they come into a church and they push people around and take over the mics. I mean, thuggish. I don't. Well, look like thugs. What does that mean to you? I mean, that's a thug to me is not a racial term. A thug is someone like a bully.
But as a
I think you've just shown yourself to be a very white person, Hiko. And I mean that in the worst possible way.
Yeah. Well, as a Hispanic. Listen, as a Hispanic gang member yourself, and that you just completely outed that, you know, I'm interested to let you finish the thought. People
just assume I'm Hispanic and a gang member, and I just let them.
Dude, you can't come on the show looking like that and start denying it.
I will. How about this for racism? I have used to my advantage to keep myself safe when I lived in New York City. I have dressed in the most menacing possible way so people would not fuck with me.
Right.
So isn't that racist in a way? I mean, am I not guilty as well for playing into that stereotype?
So that you're basically being a self-hating Hispanic person.
No, not self-hating. I'm hoping people think that I'm that way so they don't mug me when I was coming home with money in my pocket. You know?
By making them think that you were going to mug them instead.
Yes.
This is exactly like you when you troll the commenters on these videos. It's like you try to troll them before they troll you. It's like a psychological complex that you have to get them first. So you would walk around looking like you were going to mug people.
Well, seriously, I was 21 years old, and I was coming home from driving a taxi all night, and I had a couple $100 in my pocket, right, going into a bad neighborhood.
Yeah.
And I didn't want anyone screwing with me, so I would definitely I would dress in a way that made people assume that I was just someone not to be fucked with, and nobody ever fucked with me. My white buddy, who lived very nearby, and we would.
You had a white buddy. That's nice.
He got mugged.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens to us.
White, and he was clean cut, so.
Yeah, that's the problem. I'm sorry. Where was the thought going?
But, okay, back to guns. So guns killing Yakuzas in Japan. One person, and a really nice guy, I met him. He said, "Oh, Victor, we've got to get rid of guns because they're killing too many people." But to be honest, if it's a proven criminal, I don't have that much sympathy for them because it's another criminal who killed him.
I'm sorry. So it's a problem with having the gun, or the problem them being shot?
What?
So what is the problem you're highlighting? Is it that they have guns, or is it that they got shot?
Oh, well, I don't think. I'm just saying that guns are still not that big a deal. Are not a big deal in Japan at all, thankfully.
Yeah.
The fact that one guy has gotten shot doesn't really. It doesn't really change anything. Basically, Japan's doing a great job with guns. That's all I'm saying.
Well, honestly, in America, let's face it. If a mafia leader got shot, you know, in an office in America, sure, it looks like probably another mafia organization did it, but before they get to that, they have to eliminate as suspects and
his wife, of course.
The wife. Well, this is the thing. It could be that. It could be the housekeeper. It could be the wife. It could have been a redneck walking by who accidentally, you know, misfired. It could have been, you know, there's like 10,000 suspects they have to eliminate before they get to the obvious people. Whereas with Japan, you can skip that because no one else has guns or the means other than pretty much other mobsters.
That's true.
So actually, I think it's good. It makes it more efficient.
Good point.
Gaijin lives matter. Someone's Sean Bro suggested.
That's great. Gaijin lives matter. We should get T-shirts made.
You know, that's actually not a bad idea.
Don't shoot me.
Or you can make a shirt that says don't. don't fuck with me, I'm Mexican. You could do that. It's me the shirt.
I should have a shirt that says "Don't fuck with me," even though I'm not Mexican.
Well, I could wear a shirt like that.
Yeah. Okay, now on to RedTube, or
Yes.
you. What is it called actually?
As Victor says, every evening just before he goes to sleep.
I've never actually been on RedTube, but I've heard of it. I mean, I've known of it. I've read about it on Reddit. On Reddit.
I thought you were about to say that you read about it on RedTube.
I was on RedTube, but
yeah.
So yeah. What about what's the deal? You pay $10, and what do you get for your money for $10?
I'm sorry, we're still talking about RedTube?
Yes. No. Do you? Is that, I thought that was free. Pretty sure it's free. Not that I would know, but
if you pay $10, you know, the mind starts to no, I don't know. So
the YouTube Red, they want to charge you $10 to get rid of just the ads, or are you able to access all the movies that YouTube sells and all the TV shows? Because if you do, then that's a pretty good deal.
So the way it appears to be at the moment, and this is a new thing, it's only being rolled out in America first. One, you'll have no ads on YouTube videos or banner ads or anything like that. It'll be ad-free, including our videos, which is why everyone has to sign up for the new TOS, you know, allowing them to collect and distribute revenue from people who pay subscriptions rather than, you know, the ad-based views. The second thing is that there's certain exclusive content that will only be made available to people who pay, which includes top-line YouTubers like PewDiePie and those sort of guys. And the thing is, because they have this pay, they will have this pay-only content available. I'm presuming that there will be things like, you know, commercial TV channels that will also only make content available, you know, for people who pay. That's what I'm assuming.
See, if like the Daily Show uploaded all their stuff, and you could access that, that would be great, or SNL or things like that.
But what's interesting is that so you hear that and you assume, okay, fine, they want to start competing with Netflix. That's what it sounds like.
Right.
And that might even be good.
Hulu's actually #1 now. They just outsold Netflix just last week actually.
Okay. So the thing is, if they had enough of that kind of, you know, content that I'd pay for anyway, and it's all in one place and it's convenient and it's fast, you know, I could be tempted as well. I'm not sure I'd pay $10 just not to see ads. I'm not sure that's a good enough deal. But if there's, you know, if there's content there that I want to see, you know, if I want to watch New Zealand TV shows or movies or whatever, that sounds pretty good. But YouTube's denying that's what it is. Also, there are a lot of people sort of concerned that this is going to focus more of the revenue on people who make the content, the exclusive content, and they're going to get a bigger chunk at the expense of the smaller YouTubers. And there are, you know, there's rumors going around, which YouTube has come out and denied, saying that, yeah, this is going to help the 1% of YouTubers, and it's going to, you know, screw the rest of us. I don't know. What do you know about this?
It's always about the 1%. It's look. YouTube needs to make money, right? Here's what I do know, and well, I'll just tell you. People don't like to talk about this, but AdSense has dropped through the hole.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, a couple of years ago, I was making double what I am now in AdSense, right? And so we can assume that much bigger YouTubers in the J Volume community, for example, Rachel and June or Chris Broad from Broad in Japan, we can assume that all those people who get really big views, well, Charlotte, of course, you know, Megwin, all of their AdSense must have dropped.
Okay.
So what does that mean? Well, that means YouTube's AdSense has dropped too, because they're getting a cut. They're getting 45%, 50%. So if our money has dropped, then their money has dropped too, which is a much bigger deal for them because you know, individually we can deal with our own lives. Most of us have other sources of income, you know, drugs and stuff. But just joking. But I gotta justify. You know, explain everything.
Yeah.
So YouTube, of course, YouTube is a corporation. They got a bottom line, so they need to make that up.
Well, but you know what? On the recent, I was just reading about Google's recent, you know, earnings release. They identified YouTube ad revenue as one of their major income sources, actually, and that's doing well.
I'm sure it's doing well, but compared to what it was 4 years ago. Well, the other thing is a lot. Maybe you know what? Maybe it's because the number of viewers have increased. No, but even
makes sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. No. So my views are the same, but the money is less.
Yeah. So why? It's not really clear why.
But YouTube overall must be getting more views than they were 3 years ago, so maybe they don't care.
But how is this going to change things? Do you have a view on that?
RedTube?
Well,
I mean,
technically-
YouTube Red.
Yeah.
I think it's way too early to say anything. You're gonna have to wait for another year to see how many people sign up for it. Oh, and the other problem is that apparently there's something on Crunchyroll, pointing out that music is now being region blocked. They claim that it's because of YouTube Red. Now, I don't know how they would know for sure.
But the thing is, there's always been videos, even on YouTube, that had region blocks,
No, but apparently it's increased in the last couple of weeks. And they're assuming that's connected to this rollout of the new YouTube.
Well, there's also the rollout of Google Music Play, right? They've got their own music service, which they've also just released. So that could be another reason that would explain the same thing.
Ah, good point. Yeah.
So I don't know. Well, okay, here's a question for you. If you were eligible to release YouTube Red exclusive content, and that you were told that you would get a guaranteed sort of higher cut of a better return on AdSense for views that you got on those exclusive videos, would you make exclusive videos that only paying people could see?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course I would, but I'm not in that category, and I'm not gonna. It's not gonna happen to me. So it's kind of a silly. I mean, it's a hypothetical that's never gonna happen. It's like if you win the lottery. I'm not that level of YouTuber. You know?
I'm pretty sure within a year or two that's going to be something that you would be eligible to do. I'm pretty sure. I mean, you wouldn't be treated like PewDiePie, but I'm pretty sure that there would be benefits to encourage people to make extra content.
Now, and I do release exclusive content just to my Patreon users. Yeah. There are many. There's like, I don't know, 30 or 40 videos that I've released to Patreon viewers that none of my regular subscribers have ever seen.
Yeah,
and that's not that I've done that actually on purpose. Part of it has just been I never got around to editing those videos properly, so I could put them out to the regular viewers.
Yeah.
But my Patreon viewers already have that advantage. So which leads me to,
could this replace Patreon?
Yeah, that's the question. See, I don't know, because Patreon I think has been a godsend to a lot of people like myself, and I'm not. By the way, those guesses I made about Rachel and June and Chris. Completely talking out of my ass. I don't know their numbers at all.
Yeah.
So I'm just guessing. I'm just looking at my numbers and guessing what because they're big. They both get more views than I do. So I'm assuming that it must have hit them just as hard.
Yeah.
The cut in half. So and I don't know if Chris has been toying with getting onto Patreon. I don't know if he's publicly announced it yet, but or if he's been thinking about it for a while. I don't know if what he's going to do, but Rachel and June on Patreon, and if you guys do watch them, you should definitely support them that way because AdSense has just gone through the whole. Right, I work my ass off all over Nagoya, where I live. So, YouTube isn't my only source of income, but if it were wow, I would be suffering. I think.
Yeah, would you set up a channel on RedTube if they were offering
RedTube, the porno tube? Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I would do porno for sure.
Yeah,
I would be honored if someone asked me to do porno.
Yeah, well, I mean
I've tried in the past. When I was single, of course, I've tried to encourage my girlfriends to let's make a video, but nobody, even they were not interested. So I can't see why anyone else would be interested.
Yeah, it's hard to think why they would turn that down, given that they were already okay with. Yeah, sorry, I joke.
Of course, I am just joking. People who are watching this who don't get my humor. Okay.
No one has ever care about the people who don't get it.
No, if someone offered me, no. Well, the thing is, Hiko, here's something that's happening right now. There are a lot of companies out there that are offering us, even video makers of my view bracket.
Yeah,
money to make videos promoting their products, right? And they've really helped. I mean. You know what I've been able to buy thanks to sponsorships, right?
Yeah, well, mostly hookers and blow, but yeah. Also, some nice.
Yo, Sam and I go and do hookers. Yeah. No, but for example, the GH4 camera, I was able to get faster thanks to that, thanks to sponsorship, and as a result, everybody's watching my videos is saying, "Wow, my God, that's an amazing camera!" And because that's a great camera, I'm able that has a better sound system built in, and the sound improves as well. So people are actually really happy with my sound and my video quality now, and part of that is because I'm a fucking sellout. Excuse me.
Yeah.
And those people exist. I mean, those companies are out there, and they're hungry. They're asking. I've rejected a lot of.
Yeah.
I'm considering one right now where it's exercise.
I'm in a catch-22. I'm in a catch-22 situation with that. I'd like sponsors to sponsor me, so that I can pay for the cosmetic surgery I've been wanting to get. But the problem is that, you know, they won't sponsor me because I'm fugly, and I stay fugly because I can't get the cosmetic surgery. So, you know, I'm trying to break out of the cycle.
I think we're doing great considering what we are, which is men.
Yes.
Middle-aged men on YouTube, you know, it's a lot harder for us. Right? Nobody wants to put us on RedTube, and nobody wants us.
Just a note: YouTuber has put his hand up and said that he would subscribe if you put up a channel on RedTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, by the way, and how could Google have been so? I mean, they must have known that there would be confusion around that. I wonder if there's actually
thought about it. But you YouTuber, I've never thought about your sexuality, but I'm starting to get you. I think just now. So all power to you. You know, if I'm mistaken, I apologize. But that's cool. I mean, anyway, sorry. I think I just outed you YouTuber by accident. But.
So no.
I'm speaking out of my ass. No pun intended.
Well, that's new. No. So, how did YouTube come up with the idea that YouTube Red would be a good idea for a name?
That is a horrible name, because everything red means bad. Like the red trailer. What was it?
Wait a minute. Now you're being racist again.
Except for American Indians. Hey, what do you call the trailers that are kind of dirty? What are they called?
Trailers that are kind of dirty. A dirty trailer.
No, like the Deadpool trailer. There's a regular version, and then there's a red band.
You lost me, but yeah.
Well, there's look up Deadpool, for example, and then look up Deadpool red band, and there's another trailer that has dirty words.
Okay, I will look that up if it's got dirty words by minute.
The point is red, meaning dirty, and lips. You know, lipstick is red, and that's supposed to simulate the color of the excited vagina, and that's why people use lipstick.
You've raised this theory before. I've heard people that have called
it a vagina. I was told. My wife doesn't watch this.
Yeah, I don't think you talk like a pussy at all. That's just my opinion. I am definitely guilty, but yeah.
Of what? Using red lipstick? What?
No, never mind. I frankly, I'm not comfortable in this entire chain of conversation, but
no, but the color red has always been sexy. Woman in red, come on.
Well, that's why I think that's why it's called RedTube, right? When we're talking about RedTube, so why would YouTube have chosen YouTube Red?
I think it's a big mistake. I don't know.
Maybe they own shares on the other side. Maybe they're getting a boost on the. Maybe they're getting a reach around on this.
That is a horrible name. Why didn't they say they could have chosen any color? YouTube green, YouTube blue.
YouTube blue would be a little bit depressing, as much as I like the color.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
I don't get it.
They didn't even need a color. They could have said YouTube now, YouTube free, YouTube unlocked. You know.
Colors are so dividing. I like to be colorblind.
China could have been okay. You know?
Yeah, I like to be colorblind in matters of race and YouTubing. Although that's also why I can't have a pilot's license.
You have a pilot's license?
No, well, I wouldn't be eligible if I was colorblind, but it would make me a better person.
Why do you need color to fly?
Because you need to be able to differentiate between. You have to be red. There's a blue-green color blindness, which I assume allows you to differentiate between the sky and the ground.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So you don't fly the airplane into the ground.
Yeah, or into the that would be bad.
Yeah, good point, Inglanese. Red is a warning for danger. Yeah. Warning color. Well, red light district. There you go, James O'Hara. Yeah.
Well, which also says get out your money and prepare to feel dirty. You know, which is possibly what they're. That could be the whole thing.
Maybe they wanted to imply that you're going to get something that you can't usually get on YouTube, like pornography. Maybe that's what they're going to start offering. There'll be certain channels that will be allowed to sell, like Michael Lee. You know who Michael Lee is?
No, I don't.
Okay, Michael Lee. I don't know I think she's Korean. I'm assuming she's Korean American, who used to do porn.
Yeah.
And now she's
Miko. Her name is Miko Lee.
Was it Miko?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. Years I've been talking. She never corrected me, you know.
I've never heard of her.
Okay, Miko Lee.
Yeah.
That, you know, now that you mention it, that sounds a lot more natural in my head now. Miko Lee.
Yeah, I thought you said Michael Lee. I didn't know what you were talking about.
Miko. Okay. Oh, I'm thinking of Miko, like a Michael.
So sorry, why are you talking about a Korean American porn star?
But here's what's interesting. She now does. She's now a big shark advocate.
I thought you were just going to leave it there. You left such a pause after shark. I thought she was just a big shark, and that didn't make any sense. I thought
no, she does videos about swimming with sharks. It's really cool, and she does. I don't think she does porn anymore at all, but she does these videos, you know, promoting the environment and conservation and all that shit. But I'm thinking, like, people like her who have their own channels on YouTube, who used to be porn stars, could do soft porn now on YouTube and offer that up under YouTube Red. Seriously, I'm not.
It would still breach the TOS, I'm pretty sure.
No, but you're paying for it, and it's kind of private in a way, because you can only access it if you're paying for it, and you can probably only pay for it if you have a credit card, which means you're an adult.
That'd be a pretty big step. They'd have to introduce, you know, age validation of users, though, right?
Well, if you have a credit card, it seems like it'd be a.
No, I don't think YouTube's going to go down that road, because, you know, I mean, most of the accounts are anonymous in terms of gender, in terms of age. Having to suddenly validate
something that only an adult can own.
Sure, but the dad logs into YouTube, and then the 4-year-old comes on to the PC and goes to watch Thomas the Tank Engine, and is logged in on dad's account. They can see.
Yeah, but he's got to type in the words Miko Lee vagina or something, you know, or gangbang or something. You know, boys aren't going to be, you know.
Well, not at least until he's 5.
What's the name of the train you just said?
Sorry.
What's the name of the train?
What train?
The train that your son watches, the little toy.
Thomas the Tank Engine, yeah, okay. Yeah.
So, Thomas the Tank gangbangs Miko Lee is never going to be something your son.
You would be surprised at the porn parody, the range of porn parody, I think.
Really?
Well, again, I think if you open it up to the possibility of adult content being.
How do you know about porn parody? I've never heard of porn parody. There's porn parody out there? Isn't porn just parody already?
Well,
like
it
Forrest Gump, Forrest Hump, you know, any possible movie you could think of. Transformers. There must be. I mean, I've never even seen these, but I'm thinking Transformers, Transboners, you know, Terminator, Masturbator. You know, there must be. It must be so easy to make porn parody names of real stuff. Why would anyone, you know, parody porn? So,
well, I'm coming back again. You know, you should probably set up a channel on RedTube just to cover your bases, because I think it sounds like you've got the magic, you know, knack that you could probably, you know.
Hey, what would be a good name for you, Hiko Simon, as a porn star name? What would your Hiko Simon porn name be? Anyone help us out with?
It'd be nervous and awkward.
No, something that sounds like Hiko Simon.
Yeah.
Hiko Simon, Hiko Boning. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That would take some work. You know.
Yeah, that's a hard one. Your name is hard.
Maybe that's what we could call it. We could call it Hard Hiko or something. That'd work. Yeah.
Hardo Simon. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, hey, why are we doing it on a Wednesday tonight? Oh, because we didn't do it on Saturday last weekend. I was too exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm still exhausted, but I'm a little bit. My blood pressure's up now. So.
Man, the comments at the moment, the number of porn parody title names going through the comments at the moment. Are you
parody, but what would you call ET? I would say VD.
Sorry, I think the prize goes to Raymond.
Hiko 6 Man. There you go. Hiko 6 Man.
Hey, I like that. That's sellable. Maddie, even better.
Sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't know. And Hiko Sexy Man.
Yeah.
Sexo Simon. Sexo Simon. That's good. Sexo Simon.
Yeah, these would all be pretty useful Ashley Madison usernames, actually.
Your first pet's name and your mama's name. Yeah, I've heard that rule too. Yeah, we better wrap it up, man. It's
we had. I am sick. I have to go and lie down and get better. But I think we covered pretty much.
Big Simon from YouTuber. He grows Simon from the Gasping Ghost. He goes Seaman from Chase Asher.
So I think it's time to wrap it up. I think
God, that's the name of this video. Hiko Seaman. Woo! That's great. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. You guys made me laugh a lot tonight. I hope you can laugh at that, Hiko.
I think we covered all the issues tonight. I don't think we left any issue unaddressed tonight, and I feel glad that I'm wearing sunglasses and a hat for this show for different reasons. At the end to in the beginning, we've been through the full transformation of partially disguised video making.
Maybe we should make a RedTube channel for this this show, 2.5 Oyajis.
I think we'd have a bunch of subscribers based on the comments here. Although there again, we clearly have a lot of, commenters that have issues that they need to address. But I think we could convert that into a revenue stream on RedTube, no question.
But 2.5 is not a good name. It sounds like the water is really cold. 2.5 centimeters, and the waters go really cold.
Well, I mean, the whole point is that we combine to that doesn't work. No, that doesn't work. But we add up to more than the sum of two. But
we could have 20.5. It could be our.
I'm not comfortable. I'm not comfortable. I'm raising my hand.
Okay, anyway, we better get going. Hey, thanks a lot for watching, guys. We appreciate all the thumbs up. Only 12 thumbs up. What's wrong with you guys? 12 thumbs up after we gave you all this entertainment. You must have laughed at least a couple of times.
I've got
seriously. Okay.
The tank is empty. I've given everything I can give, and this is all that we get back. I mean, seriously.
Someone said you look like a porn director, which I don't know what a porn director looks like, but yeah, I would believe it if you said you directed porn.
Yeah. Well, I look forward to seeing your porno parody of our show, Maddie, and if it's good, we won't even DMCA it, so that'll be pretty good.
Right, we'll leave it up. We'll link to it. We'll tweet it out, buddy.
Yeah, we do have to go.
Yeah, right. Hey, thanks a lot, Hiko. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
I'll see you next this Saturday. No, this Saturday is.
This Saturday is the World Cup final, so no, it'll be next weekend.
Next weekend, okay.
Yeah.
So the 7th.
Probably. Yeah.
All right. Good night, guys. Peace out.
Peace.
Wait. Okay, there we go.